Hello, my name is Cliff, and it's my pleasure to take you on a tour of Paragon. I would like to acknowledge the peoples of the Kulin Nation who are the traditional custodians of the site where this building is located, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging, and I extend this respect to any Indigenous participants joining us today. Paragon is located in the northern edge of Melbourne's Hoddle grid at the corner of La Trobe and Queen Streets. The predominant feature and presentation of the site in its current or previous existence is the former Celtic Club, a heritage building dating from 1876. The challenges for this building and this program are manifold, but hinge on a few key lines of inquiry. And they are, how do you add a tall building to a heritage building on a compact city site? How do you create a sense of identity for a building that is present inside and outside? And how do we want to live in the city? How can a building scaffold that experience? So starting on the outside, the facade of the heritage building is retained. The dilapidated areas are carefully restored. Internally, new floors and walls are harmonized with facade openings. And above, we have a tower with a footprint of around 400 square meters. And this is really the minimum floor plate to be able to wrap, a core and lift bank with domestic dimensions of bedrooms and bathrooms. So how do you land that on a heritage building and make the most of that interface? The first is we provide as much setback to the heritage building, of course, and in this case on our tight city site, it's a bit over 3 meters from each street frontage. To exaggerate that setback and separation, we introduce darker glass that is more visually recessive at the lower reaches of the building, and then we cut away that taut building skin to create a greater sense of openness and separation when viewed from that street corner. This opening also becomes an opportunity to create a suite of residential amenities focused around a living green terrace, and we'll come to this a little bit later. Another consideration is, how do we create a sense of identity for this building? Given, again, the compact nature of the floor plate and site, there is limited opportunity here to sculpt the form of the building without transgressing those minimum setbacks. Instead, we embrace the singular, slender proportion of the tower and articulate the facade with a graphic identity and expression that is in the round, using precisely folded anodized aluminium. The expression reinterprets Celtic motifs in a distinct yet changing pattern that gradate and open up from the city rise to the mid-rise to the high rise of the tower. Let's go inside. The design of the interior spaces focuses on the identity and experience of city living. In the case of Paragon, we've drawn on the idea of a city club, the cosmopolitan experiences of urban lifestyles, enriched with proximity to nature, opportunities of community, for community, and the home itself as a private sanctuary from the intensity of that exists all around. Here, the lobby is a deliberately pared back space in juxtaposition with the city street, offering a moment of calm and decompression. Corridor spaces throughout the building are treated as immersive and exaggerated thresholds. Here we have a golden link connecting from the lobby into the lift bank. So let's have a look at the community amenities, which are located across levels 5 to 7 of the building. The first space we see as we come out of the lifts is the Green Heart of the Residents Club. This is a multi-sensory space, an open air terrace with flowing water and significant deep planting volume for trees, which will eventually reach up to 3 stories in height. You can see in this image the diagrid of the facade is also visible and provides a sense and reminder of the building's outward identity, as well as an increased sense of privacy and protection for residents using the space. The landscape extends up the walls lining the building core, and there are numerous informal seating zones offering easy to claim spaces for residents. Adjoining the screen space is a number of pavilion-like spaces connected by the consistent language of pivoting steel doors. A library, meeting and workspace, a lounge space, and it was important for us to provide numerous nooks and seating modes to scaffold opportunities for community building where residents can linger in this shared space and comfortably claim a portion of it for themselves. There's dining space and bar and a whole floor for yoga and exercise, pool, spa and sauna. Working with very compact floor plates, we prioritize the spatial volumes as a way to create a sense of generosity in these spaces. And now let's have a look at the apartment floors. The building is split into 3 main rises, and apartments are typically designed with shallow and wide proportions for great access to light, and the majority of apartments also have corner aspects. The design of the apartments focuses on simple, clean lines rendered in a tonal and textural palette for a home environment that is easy to style and personalize. These are private sanctuaries, restful and pared back in their internal expression. A number of other spaces in these apartments. And in most apartments, you can see that same facade treatment of the dyed wood appear across 2 or 3 panels of the facade glazing. It's almost like a light motif running through the building, a gentle reminder of the external building identity, as well as a comforting suggestion of a further line of protection and containment beyond the glass.
1 minute.
Thank you. That's me finished.